Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Pankaj Bijalwan, MBA in Marketing and PhD in Commerce and Management, having a wide experience in mentoring various startups in for digital marketing. I would be taking your lecture on market research and website basics, validating business ideas and creating a WordPress website. So this is the second unit of your digital marketing course. As you you would be definitely learning about digital marketing, and but I would also like to tell you that in this lecture, what I am going to cover, obviously I will be giving a brief background about digital marketing, but specifically regarding to this topic, I will be talking about the concept and importance of marketing research in digital marketing. Also, we'll be talking about validation of business ideas, and in the end of this lecture, we'll be talking about the basics of WordPress. So, when we talk about digital marketing, it is very important for all of us to know that what is the difference between digital marketing and conventional marketing. I hope you have a little idea of marketing, but again, I would like to give a slight comment on what basically the conventional marketing is. Basically, concept of marketing has evolved over a period of time. If we go to the older times, then there was only the concept of production. In that concept, companies used to only produce the product and they were not at all concerned about selling because they were less in numbers. There were less producers, more users. But over a period of time, when companies started growing, competition started growing, and the number of producers started increasing, then some producers they have to now make the efforts to sell their products. So then the concept of sales came, and then the competition started increasing fiercely. Then it was realized that companies what they are producing is not getting consumed, or probably what they were producing was not even required many a times. So over a period of time, the concept of marketing, which was given by McCarthy with four P's introduced in that, was given, which was really related to identifying the needs, the demands, the wants of the customer, and then preparing the product according to that. So the companies they started getting success. They use the complete marketing strategy for understanding about the needs of their customer, and then accordingly they are trying to create, or they created something which really creates value or meets the exact demand of their customer over a period of time. And I would also like to tell you that technology has really played a big role in evolution of marketing. If today we are reaching or talking about digital marketing, then kudos to the technology. It is only possible because of technology that we have really gone to such level. Even if we talk about traditional marketing also, there is a direct relationship of marketing tools with technology. As we know that when the printing technology was introduced or invented, then only the promotional materials were prepared and printed, and the pamphlets were initially circulated in newspapers, or they were the tools for promoting the products or spreading the awareness about, like in the past times when there were some uh, circuses which were actually used to travel globally from one country to another, or there were the traders who were moving from one town to other for selling their spices, coffee, various other artifacts, grains. So they used to go to the town and then they used to distribute the pamphlets, and pamphlets were only printed with the help of the technology. Over a period of time, we have seen the inventions related to radio technologies. When the radio came, then companies started to promote their product in the radios, and then over a period of time, television and color television internet, and gradually the speed of the internet. So this is only happened because of the development of technology, and that is why today we are when we are talking digital, so all digital is online, all digital is technology, and it is happening. We today what we see, if we talk about digital marketing, that the growth and the penetration of technology has also been one of the factor behind this digital marketing process. In the earlier times, what I remember in early years of 2000, when there was very high cost of calling, there was no data. Data was like in KBs, which was available. And slowly and steadily, when the infrastructure related to technology was developed in the country, more and more technology uh, came to the country, then the infrastructure and the speed and the communication speed, the data transfer speed started increasing. And today, as we see that, we have reached up to the 5G models, and now we are expecting to the even the more faster versions of data. And the second thing, which is also which has helped digital marketing to grow, is the accessibility of mobile phones, or the penetration of the telecom companies into the rural areas. And then definitely the prices, definitely the prices of mobile phones, smartphones, has really helped every individual. If I see, in the rural areas also, people have access, they are using mobile phone as a complete marketplace. People are ordering items online, they are using fairly and freely, the platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, or even in the some places people are using the Blinkit, as a store. They can buy the products from there. So this is something which has helped, like both penetration of telecom infrastructure, the development technology in terms of speed, accessibility, or accessibility of mobile phones, the cheaper mobile phones, smartphones, with the rural, the larger population of the country, has been the reason that now we have a great focus on most of the companies. What we see, they are trying to come on digital platforms. You name a company, whether it is a fashion brand, is a clothing brand, or it is even related to your sanitary products, like your bathroom fittings brands. They're all having their presence on all the social medias, network. So it is not, nothing is untouched. Most of the entire, the complete, all the companies are trying to utilize and leverage the power of digital marketing. So it is very important for us to now understand and dive little deep into what actually digital marketing is. As I told you that digital marketing provides you the complete. It's a way of promoting your products or brand with the help of one or more electronic media. See, what we see with the help of digital marketing is that it is really different from normal marketing. It provides the 24 into 7 access to the customer, which generally used not to happen in the conventional marketing, because you had, there is a big chain between the customer and the marketer. Marketer used to create some product at some place, and then that was moved to a certain warehouse, and from warehouse it used to go to some middlemen in between, and then the retailers, and then to the customers. But now the D2C, the channel which is now available to the direct to customer channel, is available to most of the customer. And you have 24 into 7 presence. At any point of time, a person can make a purchase. You are at your home, right at the midnight, you have a choice to buy your favorite pullover, your favorite shoe, your favorite nail paint, your favorite lipstick. So you have got the complete choice. So that is also happening, that the people are really getting the impulse purchases also, and which is really giving, helping or pushing the markets. So at this point of time, I would like to tell you that it is really important that, and there are various methods, which I in the later slides I'm going to discuss, which are generally used for doing digital marketing. So, digital marketing tools is a tool which is used on the online platforms to promote, to sell, to communicate about what you are going to deliver through digital methods. There are core components of digital marketing. Basically, these components include very famous word among this is search engine optimization. See, this is a tool which actually increases the visibility uh, of a website, because when you are doing digital marketing, you have to be there in the eyes of your customer. So you need to adopt certain tools or some components which always keep you. For this, I would like to just take you to the Google search, a very common search all of you do around that. If you want some products to buy, what you go is simply you go to a website, you go to the Google, even you don't know the website, you go to the Google and you want to just type best online English speaking courses. Suppose you want to learn English speaking courses. So we will just see there will be a lot of companies which are ranked there on the top of the first page. You will see there are different pages. In some cases, there can be n number of pages for a particular product category which you have searched on the Google. So there is a process, which improves the visibility organically. See, there are two things now. I would like to clear you that any Google search or rank can be gained either organically, which is that you're not paying, you're not doing any payment to anyone, but your search is coming on the top, and that is happening because your website has that content which has been searched by maximum number of people. Your website has that unique features that provides the right uh, it has the right keywords. In fact, keywords I'll tell you later also. Then your website has a higher traffic. Suppose you will just search this, that best English speaking courses. So in that case, you can see there could be like Udemy, a company called Udemy would be there, or a Byju's would be there. So because Byju's, why Byju's is coming for as the number one company? Because they have the large number of customers, or they have large number of subscribers for learning English, or they have a hit that large number of people are trying to search the information or trying to get course through Byju's. So in that case, that is happening organically. Means there is no uh, payment made to that. Contrary to that, there is another technique which is called as search engine marketing, in which companies, they what they try to do is, in that category you would see there are companies where they pay for getting that better rank on the Google search. You must have seen there called as sponsored ad. Suppose in the case is the same example if I take that in the best English speaking online speaking classes, so you will see there would be XYZ, another company which is coming on the top. Because of what they have done is they have made the payment. So they have paid to Google for the Google ads. Google runs ad also, but from there, from where Google is earning is a big earning revenue model for Google, from where they earn. So what they will do is you pay for the your advertisement, they will place you on the top, but it will be clearly written that this is sponsored, means they have got the money for this. So there are two tools: search engine optimization, which if you are able to do organically, means without making any payment, you have just grown up with that is more credible also, contrary to what you just see in the cases of search engine marketing, because here you are making the payment. So suppose I want to be famous. There are two ways: either I put my advertisement on the hoardings or on the TVs, televisions, and I pay for that. And other thing is that people, they are speaking without any money for me. So definitely, which is the most credible sources, when third party or other people, without taking any money, are just talking about you good words, is more credible, rather than I am just putting my advertisements on the billboards, on the roadside hoardings, that I am a very social worker, I am honest guy. So everyone sees that, I have paid for that, that's why I've got the place on the billboard and the hoarding. But if the same is the difference, like they want to explain this one, that what is the difference between search engine optimization, where there has been no payment. It is all because of the features of the product. It is all because of the qualities, which has happened. So search engine optimization is something which happen, or in the case of search engine marketing, you pay per click. Suppose, I have given advertisement in search engine marketing. Then if someone clicks on that product, so I get, the Google gets the payment for that. That is called pay per click. Then you have keyword bidding, instant visibility. All these, are the payment methods in which you can. So pay per click is the payment method for that. Then but it is very fast also. So normally what companies do in this case is, when they go for this kind of digital marketing strategy, they try to use the combination or a bouquet of these things. That, because definitely if you are doing search engine optimization, it is not going to happen in few days. Suppose, in I would like to give an example. Suppose you are launching a training course on perfumery, suppose, or on hardware and networking. Suppose you have an institute and you are trying to launch a course on hardware and networking, and that course is starting probably in the month of February first week, and you are in the middle of the January. So in that case, it is not possible for you to optimize your website so fast in 15-20 days that you get in the top rank search of the best hardware networking institute coaching online, right? To get that visibility, to get that exposure, you know you need to go for some paid advertisements, because paid advertisements will give you the placement on whenever anyone is searching about the online or hardware networking courses. Then definitely your page rank, your visibility will be there on the top of the search, on the first page, on the top of the page. So definitely that will give you. So in that case, the strategy says that there could be a mix of both. You can have search engine optimization, because probably it may take organically to grow more time, like, it may take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. But once you adapt the strategy of search engine marketing, you have paid, and immediate results could be seen in that case. So this is the very important component in terms of digital marketing. You should be knowing that they are very famous word, what is search engine optimization and search engine marketing. uh, there are other methods or components which, as you all would be definitely aware about, social media marketing. See, one of the important tool nowadays, or everyone is engaged, is any kind of social media. I can't believe that, any individual above 13, 14 years to even 70s, 80s, 90s. 2 days back only, I saw that there was a individual 75 years of age who started using mobile phone at that age, created a reel and got viral. So there is no age brackets that where people are using social media. Any age people are using social media. So now companies are trying to exploit these social medias for marketing their products. So uh, people are there, Facebook, Instagram, purchases are happening, people are watching reels, people are seeing the post. In the meantime, you just see the advertisement of a particular perfume, or a particular glasses, or a particular jean or a t-shirt or a hoodie. You just go and try to, explore, and even you make a purchase. So all the social media platforms are really helping to definitely creating a long-term awareness, engagement with the brand. You're repeatedly coming on the walls, or in the reels, or on the posts, in whereas in the Instagram or on the Facebook. So it definitely recreating your brand. It's you are having a brand building exercise there, you're engaging. Obviously sometimes you have a query which is generated from there. So you lot of content is available there, so even it is happening. Next is content marketing. See, a lot of contribution goes to your optimization of website is on the content, because the content, both your textual content or your videos and photographs, they really help to give you a better position on the website. So a lot of information also goes in forms of blogs, videos, podcast, case studies online. People generally try to build a brand through a lot of content which is floated about or around some new launches, new products, or new movie launch. So these content, they help in both ways. They try to provide a lot of information about the products, and they also create a lot of information. And when there is a search for a particular information, most of the people, they just get go to that website, and that website gets the priority on the uh, page rank. Now moving ahead, we email marketing, very conventional method in terms of digital marketing, because emails, they really started with the advent of internet. So it was the tool. We all of you see that there are a lot of emails which we called them as junk mail and spam mail or promotional mails, which are now little got obsolete, because now people are not interested in them. Even the companies, because you don't because companies, they have understand that people have now engagement on social medias, but still email marketing has been the tool. We have seen there are a lot of promotional emails regarding some new, your bank scheme or new home loans or some finance schemes regularly coming to you. Some newsletter, suppose you buy a car, and then you immediately, or even you, whenever you go and subscribe any app, you will see that you want notifications regarding that. Or suppose you have a banking, using banking app, so all these notifications which are coming you regularly, updating you about the latest trends, updating about you anything happening new. uh, this is a little less expensive, so it has higher return on investment. Sometimes you can personalize the email according to our customers, and it helps you in retaining the customers. Now, very important tool or component in digital marketing today we have seen is influencer marketing. In influencer marketing, what we see, there are people who are having an influence, right from the sports person to the celebrities, fashion celebrities, media celebrities, movie stars, all these. Even nowadays there are other kind of influencers who create some kind of content on web, on they put out on web, are also becoming very important, because people are watching the content all the time. There are I have an example to see, that there is a guy who drives a truck, and just put a content related to what he's driving, his from one destination to another. He shares his experiences, and whatever he cooks in between and eats, that is what he eats. Now he has become influencer. People are, he has got more than, you know, uh, 1 million, I think 5 million subscribers, and then a lot of viewership is there. So companies are using these people as influencers uh, for promoting their product. So probably a tire company is using this guy to promote tires. An engine oil company is using that influencer as to promote engine oils. So these influencers are becoming very, very. Even our prime minister also, felicitates these influencers on time to time basis. How they have become popular on the net. So these influencers, they create a trust-based promotion, because people have high belief in them. People have really trust on their whatever they say. And they are seen very regularly, so they have very high engagement rate with the customers. So because they are posting their content almost at a very high frequency, right? And you can identify that there is a, suppose I am talking about this truck driver example. So it has it's a selected targeted customers. who are watching. Similarly, in their influencer related to food, their influencer related to fashion, health, Ayurveda, wellness. So these influencers, they have a specific niche audience reach, and it becomes very easy for a company what you are promoting, that if you target these people, if you are selling conscious foods, so you can easily reach out to these people through your influencer because they are aligned to your product. Then we have mobile marketing. Yes, obviously, as I told you, it is not only that the computer or laptop is anymore the source of source of communication. I think majority of the people are just having most of the time engaging themselves in mobile phones. So all the smartphones, tablets available, they are helpful. They are keeping people busy. So all there are a lot of apps, notification. WhatsApp has become very important tool nowadays because the WhatsApp is, I think, a predominant tool for communication. For among the people, both unofficially and officially. A lot of WhatsApp groups are there. So if one information, it has a real uh, flow of information in terms of all grapevining and any form of communication. You just see, you can, if you want to disseminate information at the fastest rate, you just put on the WhatsApp group or on social media marketing. So WhatsApp marketing is very important. Most various companies, they're really depending on this WhatsApp marketing. Now next is now this is what I told you about brief, that what basically digital marketing is, and how the tools which are being used, or the different components which are used by the companies for making them available, or they're making their promotions. Now moving ahead, there is another question which arises now about that when we go for marketing, there is a very important need of market research. See, market research is something very important. Once you are taking any marketing decision, you have to do some kind of study, or you have to analyze or sense your customer. So it is very important that, and every decision has to be not arbitrary. Every decision has to be, because you, whenever you are making a product or you are making a new service, a lot of investment goes into that. So you cannot have any random, anytime decision for just uh, launching a product into the market. So a systematic study in terms of uh, collecting the opinions, knowing the feedback, understanding the psychographics, collecting the data, all these things are required before taking any decision, whether it is the conventional marketing or whether it is digital marketing. You have to research about what actually you are going to do. So you understand, you collect the data, you just try to understand your customers, you are able to understand your competitors, and obviously you minimize your risk, because if you have a good understanding of your customer, competitors, the features what you require in your product, so you have to go and survey, before you want to start any business. There should be some kind of analysis or survey about uh, that product among your customers. See, as I told you, any market research helps you in identifying what actually your customer wants. See, we cannot create, initially this was the reason of the failure of, and we have seen sometimes that some companies who have created some products have really failed because they were not able to sense, what actually their customer wants. So what you made is, you made a product, and that product was not at all required. You didn't know who is our customer, and you made a product which he never required. And if you take that product to the market, it has a high chance of failure. So we have to identify what actually our customer require. you know Whether he require, in terms of requirement, could be in terms of product specification, it can be in terms of pricing, It could be in terms of what color, packaging, where he wants that product to be placed. You have to deep dive into your customer's mind. Then only you should, and you should understand. Then it helps, in deciding the prices. It helps in developing the products. And eventually, as I told you, all the product development in today's time are happening. If you just see there is a change in the features of a particular car, you know why it has happened, because definitely there is a requirement. If we just see that we have seats with heating and cooling options, right? So it is required. See, if it in some countries there are options of steering heating also, because they are very cold countries. It is required. In India, probably hitting up to that level of, because we don't have that cold, or we don't have that much of snowy areas. But in some countries, obviously, when a person enters into a car, he needs his seats to be warm and his steering to be warm. So that is a need of the customer. So that is the, even you need to know about the details. When you prepare your product, you need to understand the details, that if a particular soap I have made, so what would be the packaging and wrapping of the soap, that it is very easy, with wet hands, if person is in the washroom or bathroom, how he can open. If he's using that product, suppose you have a shampoo, so if you are putting a label, a, a sticker label on the shampoo bottle, his hands are wet. After 2 or 3 days, the entire label will go away. So your branding exercise fails. So the lot of details you have to study about your about your customers, in totality, about it, not only on related to product, but pricing, distribution, what kind of ads your customer would like. So these all things are very important in case of market research, and which helps us to understand and reduces the chances of failure of our product. Basically, there are two types of market research. One is called as primary research. In this research, we try to gather the hands-on data or the fresh data. In this data, we try to just go, and every time we try to collect the data afresh. That is, we just go and interview. We prepare some questions, and then we go and collect the data from the customers or prospective customers. We can interview them. We have a focus group discussions. We have all these exercise we can do with the customers. So this is called as primary research, or based on the primary data. Then there is a secondary research which is based on secondary data. This data would be primary at some time, but now it has been collected and stored in forms of periodicals, some reports, some journals. There are databases, government data available, and now in today's time, internet has become the very important source of secondary data for most of the researchers. So all these data is also helpful doing a lot of desk research. People, they do wide amount of study on the basis of this on their projects. Then this is where you initially start. So all the research is based on the data, and how you collect data is either you go directly every time to the customer, or which is called as primary research for primary data, or sometimes you have a data which was collected in the past, stored somewhere. You can take decisions, such as, like in the case of primary research, you prepare a questionnaire. Suppose you want to launch a particular car, then you go to the customer. Suppose you want to launch electric car, a new brand of electric car or electric two-wheeler. You go to the customers, you ask them what are their requirements, if what is requirement related to mileage, or any issues related to the color, dynamics, dimension, size, weight. This is every time you will get the information from your prospective customers. Whereas in secondary data, you can just see and pick the data that which is recorded, that you could see that in this year this much of sales happened of this electric car or electric vehicle. These are the available data, that these many accident happened of these electric vehicle. You can get the data that about the faults and the problems which have been seen. So all the secondary data is available, and you can take decisions sometimes, because primary research or is really a time taking process. You have to get into the field and you have to collect data. So if you have enough time, but it is, this data is more realistic and insightful because it is the updated data, whereas secondary data sometimes, because it is collected way back some time, so definitely the relevance of that data can be little tricky in taking some important decisions. So again, there are some companies or the marketers, they try to use the mix of both primary research, primary data through primary research, and secondary data through secondary research methods. uh, Now, specifically here, we'll talk about the tools for market research. There are various tools, as I told you, that you go to the market and collect the data through questionnaires and schedules, and then you conduct, some interviews, which we call as focus group, in-depth analysis. Then you have various tools which are used in market or marketing research. Whereas here we will try to speak only specifically on digital marketing. See, there are a lot of tools related to digital marketing are available. We have a lot of analytics, which is happening, which is sometimes available free. Sometimes there are comprehensive paid platforms which you can use. But you have to understand that what is your specific objective, what you want to understand before launching some new service or new product. You need to understand that how you will be, getting the maximum exposure and space on the web, how you would be getting, more reach to your customers. So you have to again understand your objectives. What are the general trends. You have to, if you have to analyze, your competitors, then what you have to use. Then if you want to get directly the customer feedbacks, then there are different tools. So there are various tools available for market research, which we are going to discuss in the later slides. Now, number one is trend and search analysis. This is the tool which actually helps you understand overall market interest and consumer behavior online. One of the famous tool is Google Trends. Suppose you want to just see that in the homemade appliance segments, suppose air fryer. So what people are searching, are they, how many people are searching about air fryer? If they are searching, then about which air fryer they are searching. Suppose in the case of electric vehicle, which electric car people are searching, how much people are searching. So you can get the popularity of search queries across different regions, languages over a period of time. You can see, there are detailed analysis even with the hours in last 10 hours, 20 hours. You can have all the analysis of the trends uh, which is happening. Then there is another tool which is called as Think with Google. This is also online tool which has got article, case studies related to the digital trends, and which are helpful in taking marketing decision. Then another tool is Answer the Public. This is a search listening tool which basically helps in phrasing the searches around a given topic. And Statista, a very useful tool which aggregates all the data reports of industries across globally, and this gives you a broad insight into by showing them through charts and graphs. Then the next tool is competitive intelligence and search engine optimization. See, search engine optimization, I told you in the beginning of digital marketing. It is a very important tool or a strategy for making your digital marketing a success. If it see, there is a tool called Shemrus. It is all-in-one suite for keyword research, competitor analysis. Now there is a word which has come here is called a keyword research. Keywords. What are keywords? See, keywords are the important words or tags or metas. You understand that what people are going to search about when they are searching. You have to scan the mind of your customer. We generally see that people just like, when we make it, that what people like most important, which is you have to understand, best online English tutorial, premium, what people will be searching, best online tutorial or uh, popular online tutorial, right? There are different ways people search, right? Popular, important, best, first, cheapest, easiest. So you have to see, you scan that what your customer is going to search. What if he needs a particular thing, how he comes, because it is not possible for any customer nowadays, and especially in these times, to learn and remember, n numbers of brand that he's going to specifically go and search for that brand. All the customers, they will go and they will search about any requirement or need on the basis of the keyword. So you have to find out that when people are searching, what they are going to search and how you can come into that search. So you have to put those keywords in your website. You have to write yourself as the best or India's first, India's top, right? This is, you have to see that what customer is going to search and how you will be that included in that search. Then there is a tool called Ahrefs, which is definitely very very important for backlink analysis. You have you can see the competitor link profile, content gaps in our strategy. Similar web, it provides you the website traffic and engagement metrics. You just see the data through this, that what is happening, uh, about your competitor online performance, what are the audience demographics. Then Crayon is one other tool which gives you a competitive intelligence tool to find out and collect real time competitor activities, that what, you can keep a track of your competitor, that what changes he's doing in his websites, whether he's making the changes in the prices, what new kind of material is putting on the web. You can get all these information through the Crayon. Now, one important tool which we always look forward is getting the customer feedback and user behavior. See, this tool helps you to gather the direct feedback from your customer. So there is a very popular site called SurveyMonkey. Then all of you would be aware about Google Forms. These are the platforms where you conduct online surveys, because earlier, when you used to do the surveys, we used to go door to door. It was very tedious job, very time taking, very expensive. But now, as we have a customers over on the digital marketing, so we have all the customers who are able to, you can get their inputs or their feedback through the Survey Monkey and Google Forms. Then there is another tool which is called as Typeform. It provides one question at a time format and makes interactive and mobile friendly surveys. Hotjar, it creates the heat maps, session recordings, feedback polls. Then Brand Watch and Brand 24. They are social listening and brand monitoring tools which understand the sentiment analysis. Now you would see that why it is, there are two things. One, we are talking about getting the data, and another thing which came here is sentiment analysis. See, I would like to tell you about this thing here is that various decisions. See, let me tell you this, because there is a word called customer feedback and user behavior has come here. So I would like to throw light something on. First, you must have heard two words: customer feedback, sorry, customer and consumer. So what is the difference between customer and consumer? See, customer is that individual probably who buys only the product, but sometimes he not consumes the product. Like, suppose there is a infant food. So is an infant able to buy a infant food? No. Infant food is always, or you just know Johnson baby oil. So that baby is not going to ever get and buy that baby oil. Most of the time that baby oil is purchased by mother or father, or means parents. So consumer is that baby, and customer is customer, parents are the customer. So in that case, it is important that we have to see, we have to monitor and track that when we have to understand, what we have to understand is the customer or the consumer behavior. And we understand who is the customer, who is the consumer. And we have to understand their behavior. That because on the basis of behavior, they are going to take the decision about the purchase of that product. We have to understand, because here I want to relate, rational and sentiments. Our customers are always rational in making the purchases, or they are sentimental. See, if you just see some advertisements around you, many a times you would see that certain products like some motorbike realized of your consumer. It is not all the time that consumer is buying because the price of the product is less and he is getting the maximum for that price. That is not always the criteria of any consumer or the customer of buying the product. So we have to understand in all the cases, that if a boy is buying a lipstick or if a girl is buying a shoe, so it is, there is a lot of sentiments which are going behind that. So, or even for that matters, we just see there are a lot of products which are just brought or bought are moved with the promotional campaigns based on the sentiment which are done by the companies, and the companies just they take decision, individual they take decision on the basis of those sentiment only. So sentiment analysis tracking is very useful and essential because it plays a major role in the buying decisions of the customers. Then another tool is data analysis and visual. It helps you make a sense of the data, because sometimes when you don't have a proper presentation of that data, so this is a business intelligence platform. When you have, sometimes you have a raw data, and this helps you to make into interactive and visually appealing charts, graphs, and dashboards. Because sometimes when you just see the raw data, you are not able to make interpretation. You don't have that understanding. Same goes with the Google Analytics. We just see this. This is a very popular tool, which helps very easily for all the individuals when they want to track, their website performances. So this provide you that what was the traffic, on which page there were how many hits, from which area hits were coming, right? What was the duration of staying of a particular individual on a particular page? So this Google Analytics provides a detailed insight about your users or the people who are visiting your website. You get to know about the demographics, you know about their behavior on the site, how much time on which product, which image, which picture, which content, which container did they spend majority of the time. So it helps you in making the marketing campaigns and optimizing the experience. So all these tools, they can be used in isolation, but generally what we see that whenever there is a digital marketing exercise done related to research, all these tools can create a comprehensive marketing research strategy. And you can get into, from a broader perspective, you can get into the specific actionable customer insights. You will be able to know that, uh, because sometimes when you use these tools uh, combined in a combined manner, then you are able to get the real picture, what actually is happening, what actual decisions or what actual strategies you can frame based on getting those varied uh, findings through different methods of you know analysis or getting the your study done. Now we move to the next topic, or the next title of this study, this lecture, which is about business idea validation. See, we have done a lot of market research exercise, but it is very important for all of us to validate whatever idea we have. Without validation of any idea, and you straight away jump into the execution or of the business, that is going to really create a big cost to you. Sometimes, you you have to see that the actually your product is really required. You have to confirm that suppose you are making a product whether it is required by the people or not, or you are just creating, as I told you in the market research, when you do the research. But not only research is important, we moving to the next level, which is called as validation. We validate the idea which we have got. See, whenever an individual, whether he wants to get into a new business or there is an existing organization, wants to move into some new product line, so always they require that they have to validate those ideas, because a person has, you know, infinite numbers of ideas which are coming, but all ideas are not actionable ideas. All ideas cannot be grounded, because, and if not, then what we have to do is we have to validate, because all millions and infinity of ideas cannot be taken to the ground. So it is always advisable, it is always suggested that all the ideas, and it is now, you are having the online tools available, so you can just find that what actually the real market need is, and the people are really ready to pay for your idea, what you are bringing in, whether you are coming with any new product or any new service. Suppose you want to come out with, suppose, online laundry services in your town, so you have to just see that, is it actually required, or you want to come with online florist shop in your town. So you have to see that whether people are ready to pay extra for getting flowers online, or people are ready to pay extra to for their laundry services, or for their shoe dry cleaning services. So because every individual is having a large number of exposure to large, because of this digital presence of everyone. So a lot of ideas would be hitting to you, but all the ideas are not that, realistic in real sense. So it is very important, advisable, that all the ideas should be really validated. And because once you pick an idea and you go ahead on that idea requires significant resources in developing it. You will put lot of energy, you will put lot of money, you will put lot of resources, you will put lot of time into that idea, and over a period of time, if the idea fails, so that is going to be a big loss. Losses of finances, losses of money, losses of, your time. So it is always, that idea should be, because this will help you to minimize your risk, and definitely you will get the real world feedback on that. So how to validate a business idea? Now we can see that if you have to validate an idea, then first of all we should be very clear about what we want to do, what hypothesis we have in mind, what is the target audience. We have to clearly articulate the problem. And see, now one word which has come here, I would like to emphasize on this word also, because see, if you are able to identify the problem and provide the solution to that problem, you are always hit. See, we all, I don't know how much you remember that Corona time, but as of my experience, see, during Corona only we have seen that there is a surge in the online classing, online coaching systems, online tutorials, because people were not ready to gather at one place. So, all this, because there was a big problem, or for that matter, you just see the solution to the problem of corona was vaccine, and vaccine became a big hit. The solutions, we just saw the mask. Before that, do you remember how many people used to wear masks? But that was the specific solution to the problem, right? Inhalations, mask, online platforms, they all become very, very relevant in those time, and they were the solution to the problem which were people were facing. So if you are able to identify, see, suppose, there is a big problem of traffic jam there in a particular town, and you provide a solution, so with your product or services, to minimize that problem, then obviously no one is going to stop you. So whenever you are thinking as a startup or as a business idea, always try to see that, there is this problem, where that problem can be health related, that problem can be any infrastructure related, you know. So that problem, if addressed, will definitely help you to give a boost to your, to the product. Because, and that is, we should try to identify and analyze that. Yes, do not, never try to be generic, that we are doing anything for everyone. Be specific. We can be, finding out that we are going to address this problem of these people. So that is really going to work for you. So always try to find out, identify a problem and find out some solutions. If you are able to provide some solution to the problem, definitely you are going to be successful in your business. Now the next step is definitely, which we have talked about earlier also, conducting market and competitor research. We have talked about tool like Google Trends or Moz, which helps you to create, to understand that what actually the search are happening currently worldwide. So these give you the trends. Then you have to understand your competitors. We can see their websites, because everyone is there on the web. You can see their social media platforms, their reviews, you know, and you can find out what are their problems, pain points, where you can contribute. Because see, sometimes there, if you are not able to create a complete solution to the problems, but at least you should be knowing there are certain deficiencies in a particular product. And if you try to provide solution to those deficiencies or problems of those product, that can also hit, help you. Suppose, there are two car companies. One car company manufactured a car, but they are not providing that kind of features, such as like luxuries inside a car. uh, so you can find out that, okay, there is a requirement of this feature. Why should not I incorporate this feature and bring it out to, with launch it into the market? It is happening most of the time. We just see all the companies, whether Maruti, Tata's, Hyundai, they are just trying to improve on what is the problem left with the other company, right? So you can definitely, if you just see there is a product which has some limitations, and you identify those limitations in the competitor, and you try the solution to that limitation, you improve on that solution, that limitation, then definitely you will find that it is, that is also going to help. Then we have to understand, this also we have talked about a lot, gathering, customer insights. We conduct directly, we talk to the customers, we have both open ended and close ended questions. We can have a free flow conversations with the consumers, where we just give them the freedom to speak and talk about their issues. We have now a very famous online communities, where people are engaging themselves in their online forums. We have Facebook groups, we have Reddit, we have a lot of other platforms where people are fairly openly talking about. People are giving their reviews, their feedbacks. From there only you can also sense, because people are very candid nowadays in speaking about. Because it's not very easy for everyone to, target and hit and, give some, so people are fearless nowadays. People are not scared of giving their candid opinions on the performances, whether it is a product of a top notch blue chip company, whether it is a mobile phone of a top of the card company, or it is a chocolate, or it is a any food item, or a drink or an energy drink. People are ready to express themselves. They have that kind of courage that all the time they can give that information on that. Then we just test a solution, is also this is a very important in this case. Because now whatever you are trying to validate, you create a landing page. You are trying to bring people actually into that website. So you just create a landing page of your product, or your website, where your product will be placed. and you can have some feedback forms there. You can ask email addresses from the people, and then you run some paid ads about your products in various uh, other channels through Google ads and social media, and then you can get the real gauge of the interest of the people. Mm, then we make some viable product, or if you are on the service side, then definitely it's very easy for you to create those products in the service industries on, and you can place them there on the, sometime we call them as a pilot projects, right, prototypes, which can be done there and which can be placed. uh, Always keep eye, analyze and iterate about what is happening. Keep the set targets for yourself. You should know that if I am doing this, I will find it successful. You have to keep the targets, like, if I got 100 email sign-ups in 2 weeks, or I get 50 pre-orders or 20 pre-orders for a product, I just see. So you have should have some quantitative targets. You have should have some clear metrics in your mind, which will tell you that, okay, this, if this happens, this data point we reach, then definitely means we are we are nearing to validate, or we are trying to find out that this product is really attracting, appealing people. This product has really got potential. This will definitely attract the traction. So this technique will help you. So all the we are data driven in that, and on the results in numbers when they start coming, then that is like pre-orders, pilot paid programs. So this will, people spending, starting, giving you some advance for your this thing. So these things really validate much better to your business idea. There is a startup case study of a company called Fresh Menu. This company validated because they wanted to enter into online homemade food delivery. So they identified the target customer. They knew that they have students and working professionals. They were very clear about their competitors, that Swiggy is doing that. So what they tried to do is they created an Instagram page, and they started receiving pre-orders about the monthly subscription of homemade delivery. So they validated the demand by through his websites. Then they tried to get the focused reviews from their customers, and they wanted to incorporate in their services which they are going to deliver. So this is, then they launched this their brand called Fresh Menu. Now moving to WordPress. So now we will talk about WordPress. See, as WordPress is one of the important component of this lecture, so in that we will now talk about WordPress. What is WordPress? Basically, what the kind of tool which helps in creating uh, the websites at ease, and it is one of the very most popularly used tool around the world, which was developed by Matt Mulvey, and around more than 43% website on the internet are made with the help of WordPress. It is a very user friendly tool with content management system, which helps the user to create a website which can be really very useful for promoting or selling the products. This uh, tool has really been very very important, because for the startups, new beginner, small organizations who cannot afford to have the bigger budgets for technology, for launching the big projects. So this tool helps at very cost efficient method to launch their websites and create a web presence. So WordPress, we can say that it is a very important tool in digital for the digital marketers, and they are really, you know, you don't need to have a very uh, uh, expertise in technology, coding, programming, this is a very easy tool with the help of uh, plugins, with the help of only inserting images, content. You can create your very good website or a portal which can be really a good marketplace for your products. It is very user friendly. The interface is very easy for the individuals, very flexible. There are a lot of options, when we'll talk and discuss about in the later stages. This has a lot of options for customization, and which is really becoming very very helpful tool for the people who want to go online. Moving ahead, first of all, there is one thing which I would like to tell you, that there are tools which are actually important in the terms of what is WordPress. Basically, uh, WordPress is helping in two ways. There are two websites. There is slight confusion among the people regarding this. One is that WordPress.com is a platform where WordPress takes the complete responsibility of hosting, domain naming, and creating the website by themselves. Whereas WordPress.org is the another platform where you can download the WordPress source code, and you can host according to your own choice on any servers. See, now let me first of all tell you here two things which are coming into the contest here. One is the domain name, and another one is hosting. See, for any website, you generally see, suppose we call Nike.com. So Nike.com is the domain name by which generally people search and find it on the website. Or if we talk about a consulting company called McKinsey.com. So McKinsey.com is the name of the URL or the website through which people can reach. Whereas the hosting, web hosting means, see, generally when you can keep a website on your local computer, but it cannot be accessed by other people. So if you want to be accessed by the people in the worldwide network, you have to host it on the some web servers which are called as web servers. So you need to have a web server where you go and host that website, and you have to pay for that. But in WordPress.org, it gives you the freedom. You can have your hosting places like Hostinger, then WordPress is also there, and there are other for domain name also. You have various very famous in India is GoDaddy. You can buy the domain name. Other also there are options available through which you can buy the domain names. So domain name is the tagging to the name or the web presence to your brand, company, organization, website. Whereas hosting means this is the place where your entire website or the content is kept, and you have to pay for that place. It depends again on the amount of space. If you buy 20 GB, 50 GB, 100 GB, 500 GB, depending on your requirement, depending on your content in the website, accordingly you will be charged for that, and you have to pay for that. So you have the freedom with WordPress.org. It will give you you can download the tools or all the software related to, or the source code we can call it, and you can put it somewhere according to your choice. So you need to have the clarity that WordPress.com is a complete solution. It takes care of all the technical aspects of your sites, and all the domain name and hosting is done there. Whereas WordPress.org gives you the freedom to have your own hosting, own uh, place. You can choose the names and domain names you want to take for that. Then, what are the essential features of uh, what are the essential features of uh, WordPress? Definitely, first of all, easy. ease of use. It's a very important feature because most of the people, here there are few things I would like to tell you, that generally what happens, that if you want to start some business, suppose we talk about that you want to start an online laundry business. You might be having the expertise in the laundry work, you might be having the expertise in the core area which you wanted to do the business, but you are not having the knowledge or the technological expertise. And if you want to hire or you want to learn, it will take a lot of time. If you want to hire, you have to pay a lot of money for that. So in that case, you but still, if you hire it, it will be very costly, because technology services are not that easy or not that cheap that you can buy them easily. So, but the WordPress give you such a freedom and ease that a person with having a little technological background can work freely on the WordPress. It is so, the interface is so easily designed or is conveniently designed for any user, that you can create the content, update the content very easily. You can upload the media, photographs, you can pick your own themes of the pages, you can create continuously, you can monitor and edit the you know pages. See, this is also important because just making website once is not sufficient, because if your website is not updated with the content, photographs, media, you know over a period of time, it is not good for your optimization of the site. See, the word we used earlier was search engine optimization. See, one important task for getting your website optimized or to be on the top rank is you have to continuously update your website with the content, with the photographs, with the videographs. If it is getting obsolete, then definitely you will start losing the rank, and you will be getting obsolete on the in the search. So, uh, a website once made is not done. You have to continuously monitor the website. You have to keep on updating the website. So if the it is a very, if you use such tools which are really very technologically tough, so you cannot do it. And if you just want to hire someone service for on the monthly basis, or you want to take the annual services or the subscription for update, definitely that is going to cost you. So in that case, you know this WordPress is very easy. You keep on updating, the content. You can do the content management, easily. You can keep on updating on even on the daily basis. If you are, even for a 1 hour you work on your website, so you will be able to edit, organize, the updates. You can have the blogs, posts, pages, articles, even for daily things, if you have some schemes, discounts, new product additions, so on daily basis you can update those features. So your content management becomes speedy, that keeps you up on your page rank, it optimizes your site. So that's why it is also very helpful. Then it provides you the flexibility in terms of, as I told you, that there are a large number of customized themes available. Styles are available on the WordPress. Galleries, you can go and just choose the site. You need not to go for selecting the text, sorry, the patterns, the colors. You have multiple options, category wise option available. If you want to go for a portfolio website, you want to go for a finance website, you have the themes. You can keep on changing the theme, look, feel. So that flexibility is there. You need not to keep a designer for making the themes, or cropping the pictures or changing the templates. You have all inbuilt themes available, you can use them. Then there are a lot of plugins also which are available. There's a vast library, which keeps with provide you a lot of plugins, like you want to add contact form, image galleries, lot of search engine optimization tool, e-commerce solutions. So you can just plug in those things and you can make your website updated with those plugins. Then, as I told you, in the beginning on only that search engine optimization friendly. See, the purpose eventually is to stay on the top of the rank. So you this WordPress helps you in keeping your rank up. So the all the activities you do are easily done through this. So it keeps automatically your so search we can say that the WordPress is search engine optimization friendly. It helps you in a convenient manner to keep your website updated. Now, how to start with WordPress? See, if you want to, there are two ways. If straight away you want to download, have to go to the website of WordPress.org. From there, you can download the WordPress software. But if you want to work on your local computer means your own PC, you have to have the tools like XAMPP or WAMP. They are the popular local server stacks which are required to develop. Otherwise, you won't be able to work on WordPress because WAMP and or XAMPP they are able to provide you with all the the scripting, the language like Perl, PHP, Apache. They are inbuilt in these softwares, and they are helpful for you to work. You have MySQL, Apache, and PHP, which automatically comes with the software, and you can link your WordPress with this, and then you can activate. If you don't use these tools, you won't be able to run WordPress on your local server. Otherwise, if you just go and work on WordPress, or you can work on the web servers also. But it is always advisable that you work on your because you want to work on your website locally. It is advisable you have you have a time convenience, and you can make changes, make it, and then you upload the site on that particular hosting places. Once the WordPress is installed, then there is a dashboard. WordPress dashboard is very friendly. It helps you to manage your site. You have the options of creating pages, editing pages, adding pages, creating themes, adding themes, plugins. So all this is available on your dashboard. You go to your dashboard, you go to all these options in that dashboards, and you can easily then you should use always the strong passwords and update plugins regularly because there are a lot of plugins which keep on getting updated and which helps and always keep your website to be secure with strong passwords. So as I told you, first of all, you have to like introduction to WordPress. Basic requirement is that you need to have a domain name. If you are web hosting, then you should have a domain name, which helps, and then you should have a space like web hosting on web space. If you are doing locally, then initially you don't need either the hosting place. If you are doing with the help of WAMP and XAMPP at your local computer, then neither you need any purchase of the domain name or with the purchase of space on web. You can do it on your local computer, right? But if you are doing on the web server, then definitely you need to have a domain name. You have to buy a domain name, you have to buy a web space, and then accordingly you can have a, a website online, and with that online website you can go ahead with the then you need to have internet browsers, you need to have email IDs. So there are some companies like Bluehost and Hostinger, as I told you, from where you can buy the hosting spaces. So, in brief, through this chart, I would like to the picture I would like to explain you that how you can activate the WordPress. So, I told you earlier that you can activate WordPress without getting domain and web hosting on your local computer. You can do it with the help of WAMP and XAMPP. You can download them. You can easily download WAMP and XAMPP, and with the help of that, you can work on the WordPress in on your local computer also. But if you want to work on the web spaces, then first of all you have to get the hosting. Then you get hosting. So for hosting, you can go to the Hostinger, or you can go to WordPress only, or Bluehost. There are various hosting. They charge for that space on the hosting, and you can buy hosting from that. Once you get the hosting space, then you get the domain name. See, suppose you want to work at the laundry business, you want to keep clean and clear laundry services. So clean and clear laundry services, you have to first search. It's not necessary that you will. Then there are extensions like .com, .in, .org, n numbers. Then basically when we go into some commercial activity, we try to keep it .com, because if you go for .org is generally for some organizational work, not considered good. .com is considered better because it shows that you are a purely commercial company. So suppose you want to and try to keep the domain name short and crispy, which can be easily typed, easily remembered. As I told you, Nike.com, right? Or Unilever.com, right? These are very easy to remember. So sometimes people, what they try to do is their organization name is different and their website presence is different. It is not necessary. SBILife.com, SBI.org, SBI in. So this is easy. It has to be easy that people, when they type, they don't make mistakes. When they type, even on the Google search, they do not make mistake. If you keep very tricky, lengthy, names, then definitely it is not going to get the good search results. So it is advisable that try to keep the domain names crispy, short, catchy, right? You can use the acronyms of your complete organization, so that will be really helpful. Then once you do it, then you install the WordPress on the computer, and then once this on the web server, this is installed with the help of web server, then automatically you will just see there are the themes and plugins are also installed. You you go to the plugin sections, you can add various types of plugins, then you can add the themes, various types of themes. And once all these things are done, then you can customize your website. And there are various tools in the later, this thing will tell about that also. There is See, this is what I told you: installing WordPress, choose theme, add content, and this is the simple procedure. In detail I have told you that. uh, uh, but before that, I would like to tell you one more thing here, that once you once your WordPress is installed, then there is a, you have to create a lot of pages, web pages in that, uh, because every page might have different information. So there are we can use the page builders called as Elementor is one of the famous page builder. Then there are AI page builders also. You can use those page builders uh, to create the pages. When you go like this, I have shown you in the example. There is a WordPress front page. Then you, on the top, you can find out the option edit with Elementor. It is very useful editor. You are creating pages, and then you go to the pages, then you have different boxes and inside a page which are called as containers. Then inside the containers you can fill the information, you can fill the pictures, very easily editable. As you edit in Word, you can write even the hyperlinks you can create. There is an option on the left side or under the dashboard category where you can create links, hyperlinks also, that moving from one page to another. So very easy and comfortable to work. uh, you have to just understand that on the top of the website you will find that option of editing the website, editing the pages. So you have to use Elementor, which is very famous and popular and easy. Through that you can edit all the pages of the website. Local boutique, they really, because local boutique, I used a word because big companies probably they can afford to hire the big companies. But if there is a local boutique which is coming up in your nearby, so they definitely use the word. I know a boutique nearby which they really use this WordPress website. They showcase their product, and they try to send the details through WhatsApp, and it really started getting them the orders from the local market. So even in, it's not necessary. See, what is the beauty of this websites or digital platform is that you can you have the option of getting the businesses all over the globe. The efforts you are just making at the small level, but if your website is optimized well, if your search engine optimization is done well, then definitely what you see is that your websites get your reach gets to the global levels, and definitely right from local orders because to the global orders you can get. So, but if you just attempt in the beginning that I want to target the local market, and because in boutique, if you just promote, sometimes what people like is going to the boutique physically and then trying to get the uh, feel and touch of the cloth they are buying, or the measurements they want to give. So, as a information dissemination, a website would be really helpful. But eventually, if people want to buy with the real look and feel, they can go to the nearby boutique. So in that case, they use it for that tool for just spreading the information to the large number of people in and around their area, and then people started visiting that boutique. Now moving ahead, if you move to the WordPress dashboard overview, you will find uh, following categories: that posts, pages, appearance, plugins, settings, and various other sub options under these. So you can create your posts, you can edit the post, you can create the pages, you can edit the pages, you can change the appearance of the pages, you can add plugins, and then you can also do a lot of settings and changes through this dashboard. How there are various themes, as I told you that even there are different kind of themes available. Some themes are free, and there are premium themes which you can also buy by paying extra. So they are called free and paid themes. Then these themes are basically the main structure which have different functionalities engaged in them. So you can choose mobile friendly themes, you can choose PC friendly themes. So this will help you in creating uh, a better website. So as I told you, plugins, yes, there are a lot of plugins which enables or increases the function of your WordPress. How to develop pages? So there is we can call we use Elementor, as I told you earlier. Also, I want to emphasize on Elementor here because it is a widely used page building or website builder tool, and which is easily available on the top of the WordPress. Sorry, on the if you go to the dashboard, you will find, and you can go and choose the option of editing, which provide you the complete flexibility to use or edit. uh, you can create the template as per your need. There are different templates available for restaurant companies, adventure company, finance. So you can use those templates, and accordingly you can keep on editing and changing and making updates on your website. Then if you create a page, then what do you make how do you make pages? Like, you should have a home page. It's the standard formats which you have seen in the website. Generally, if you know, if you probably you must have visited of any college website or any product based website, there is a home section or widgets, are different widgets are there. You have about us, like home provides you the basic information about, or which is sometimes is also called as the landing page. Landing page is the first page which the customer or any individual who is seeking information reaches to. The about us tells about, here you put in the information about what is the background of the company, who are, sometimes you can also write the promoters, since when the company is performing, doing, or what is their or background. You just can give the complete information about your company's employees, your mission of the company, your policies, and lot of information. Then there is a section where you display your services and product. Very important section in terms of, any commercial website or a portal, because here you have to place your product. Suppose you are selling some confectionery items, or you're having an online cake and pastry delivery services. Now you have to categorize or make a cataloging there on the product and services, and you have to make it very easy and convenient, and grouping has to be done. Suppose you want to sell the cakes, so what, there are different categories of cakes. You can first categorize them: eggless egg cakes, or cakes with egg, this category, because generally people have this kind of inhibitions in the mouth mind. Then you can have the flavor wise, you can have the differentiations. Then on the size of the cake you can have differentiation. So you have to play smart, that, see, because whenever you are entering into any business, or any you're bringing, or you're bringing any individual to your website, that person has got multiple options. If your website or your portal is not friendly in terms of showcasing, as you see in the shops, physically, if you go, suppose you enter to a big shop, or shoes, or a garment shop, or a, you know of any big brand also, you need to have a clarity, that a display has to be very clear to you. Suppose you want to buy a shirt for yourself, formal shirt, office going formal shirt, or a college going, and if you are not able to, if that is not properly placed, that which catches your eyesight, then you will be frustrated. You will leave the shop, you will go to another shop. The similar thing applies on the website. See, whenever you are placing your products or services on the website, you have to keep this in mind, that if a person is pulled to a website, he comes to your website, and whatever he's trying to buy has to be easily access to that individual. Then when you are putting it, that again there is a challenge, because see, if a person is going for a physical buying in the shop, he has the option of feel, touch, smell, you know tangible, tangibility is there. You can in the cases where the product have to be smelled, he can smell also, right? He can feel also. Whereas, there is a bit challenge in the case of digital platform. So now you have to make, the companies, they are trying to make 3D pictures, videos, even the features are uploaded, that how it has to be used. So you have to play around these things, to give the better visibility to your products, more descriptions, more information, uh, 3D images, that if a product is properly displayed to the prospective or your target customers, then there should be a clear information about contact us. So because then again there is a complete system. Suppose a person buys a product, then you make it convenient to get how he adds the product to his cart, and then how he checks out, then the payment systems have to be very very convenient. Broader payment options, you cannot just rely that, okay, we'll just have a PayPal system. Nowadays, like, in especially in case of India, the prevalent UPIs, so people have a more access and ease of using UPIs. The QR code scanning, that people can easily make payment through these, and they can check out with the purchase. So, all these things have to be very smooth flow flowing for the customer journey. If you complicate, if if you make things very complex, then definitely your ultimate process of purchase will not happen. It will break at some point of time. Out of the frustration, people, the customer can leave the website or go to another website. So all these things have to be kept in mind while creating the pages. Where you have to put, if your website is selling the product, then he's least bothered about your background, right? He is more interested in the service. Then if you are cluttering your about us information, and filling a lot of information about your promoters and the staff, he's not interested. He's more interested in your service. So more focus has to be on services and product part if you are completely into a e-commerce website. Then, as I told you, that this all tasks can be done with the help of Elementor, which give you the option of editing. We call them as the containers. There are various boxes inside the website, and these websites are called the containers, in which you can write the text, you can edit the images, you can put the videos, you can put the forms. So on every website there are various blocks, and under those blocks, it is very easy in WordPress with the help of Elementor. You can easily, as a layman also, just writing on MS Word or just making on the your cropping of images. You can put images there. You can upload videos. So very simple, uh, simple procedures. Again, to keep your, because website is a if will become your main tool of the marketplace. See, a lot of information about your products, about your services will be available. So you have to be very careful about that. You cannot see, as you put a big lock on your shop, when you go home, after closing, if an individual goes. So you have to, because this is a 24 into 7 procedures, and there are a lot of threats, internet threats, which are available, which can take a big toll on, make a big effect to your businesses, and they can really invade to your website. And definitely, if you have a poor security features, then definitely a lot of information, they can crash your website. A lot of information can be stolen from your website, because in this competitor world, a lot of people are spying on you. And you have to keep, this is very important, that you should keep your passwords very strong. Then you have to keep the regular updates, because a person who's coming to a website is not again and again requiring the same information. You have to place in security plugins, that any malwares or any security threat or viruses or any intrusion which comes to your website and destroys it. Because ultimately, if your web presence is destroyed, then it is very very tough. Suppose your website is very much optimized and it's heading on the top of the rank, on the top of the chart, and some mishappening happens to it, mishap happens to it. So it is very tough to recollect and again get back with the same speed to reach to that level. So security is very very important. That's why I am again and again emphasizing on this point, because that is your store, your property on the web, and which is very very prone to the threats from your competitors, or from the different hackers or different nuisance creators. So you have to be concerned about the securities. Then the website should be regularly maintained. You should keep the uh, backup of the website somewhere on your local computers. That's why I told you that if you go with the option of keeping or making the, even with the WordPress, try to make a website at the local level, and then you host on the hosting places or the web servers. So it will be safe for you, and you can edit at your level, and then you can keep on uploading on the hosting. If you are completely relying on the web servers, then it is not easy, for you to keep on updating, because then you have to keep on, because regularly there are a lot of plugins related to the security, also related to the updates functionality of the websites, which will be available to you. You should go and update your plugins. Themes also, if you see that there are, according to any new changes in your product or in a product line, or even sometimes, according to the seasons also, you can have the changes in the themes, which will give a fresh look to your website, right? So that has to be done. Then you have to see that there are some broken links. You Because sometimes there are things which can be missed, related to the optimization or related to the update. So you have to keep the check, always keep the check. See, one thing here is that most of the time, because you are not having the complex programming issues, so most of the time the challenge is not to uh, maintain or manage programming part, but you have a convenience of just keeping saving a lot of time in updating content. You can use various AI tools nowadays available, even for creating the content also. So with the help of those tools, you can create content, updated content, which can be really taken and updated into your website. You should be very smart in just keeping the visuals appeals high, because the photographs, high quality photographs, video content majorly is very helpful, in keeping your website at the top. This is one website called, this is a company called naturallypahadi.com. They have really rely on, it's a conscious food startup dependent completely on digital market currently. They are selling the products which are really people are conscious about. We call them as infusions, herbal infusions are sold them with the, they really come out well. They have done recent times, there is a, I've seen, because I was mentoring this company. Straight away they have realized the impact of search engine marketing. The orders we have seen, they have really boosted. They are really exploiting this meta based Facebook and Instagram well for promoting their products. They have also been doing a lot of influencer marketing, a lot of influencer related to the health and wellness, diet, food, nutrition. They are also contributing to the growth of this company. I would like to now come to the end of the entire lecture. So, a few things I would like to recall right from the beginning. That, if you talk about digital marketing has become very, very important in today's time and has become a very important tool for all the marketers. So you need to go ahead to learn more advanced technologies, and if you are really interested in digital marketing, because see, uh, being a digital marketer in itself is a very good career option. If you just see in today's time, if you see a lot of AI things coming, a lot of technological advancement happening. So if you are interested, you can have a core competency in the digital marketing tools, and you can have a bright career ahead. See, we see a big change which is happening, and everything is moving to the web. Most of the things, if we in recent times, you just see even the doctors, people are getting the consultancies on the online mediums, through websites. So education, we just see, very popular. So if we just see any sphere, which is like, I talked about medical and education, very necessary, and we just see that a lot of companies, they are really minting money in these two sectors also, getting onto the web line presence. So then the secondary things automatically will come. So but for having a good digital marketing stint, you need to have a good market researcher also. So you should have a skill. You can hone your skill related to research, because it is not fair, to just take out a decision just as a candid person without any rationale behind that. Every decision, every step you take forward in digital marketing or anywhere should be backed up with some data, with some research. See, data will only come, or valid data points will only come when you do a serious and sincere research. Otherwise, you won't get the data. So you to you and all the decisions definitely up to a certain level should be taken on the basis of the available data. Definitely, sometimes your jingoism, your emotions do play, but if you highly rely on them, it is not going to help very long in the businesses. So, digital marketing, definitely, market research is a very essential component. Then, moving ahead, as we talked about, validating before investing. Because, see, it's not investment of money, it's not the investment of only the resources, it is the investment of time what you are doing. See, if you invest a time on a certain business, you lose a lot of years in that. So you cannot get those, probably you may earn money back sometimes, but you cannot get that time which you have invested. So there are multiple investment into any business idea. So you have to be very careful about validations of the ideas, whatever, because any I feel that especially the young age guys, they are brimmed with ideas. They're full of ideas in all the spheres. You know, especially the nowadays Gen Zs and Alphas, they're full of ideas which can be sometimes very pinpointed, or sometimes can be very broad, or very irrelevant sometimes to the people. So, especially in that case, it is very important that whenever you are zeroing on any business idea, it has to be properly validated, it has to be tested. All the methods we have talked here, that in this presentation, I think they will be helpful to you, especially in the case of digital marketing, and you will be able to validate them. You can do a proper survey tools you can use. You can to use various tools related to understanding the emotions. You can sentiments, even these tools can be utilized. uh, Creating a website is definitely, because when you create a website, so it's definitely a big business tool. It is your market. So you create a website, it is going to help you. As in fact, I would tell you that a good website is much more helpful than a store at a very premium place in the market. Because even if you have a very hyper marketplaces at LA or New York, or in the Mumbai, like in an area called Kolaba, right? And if you compare your website, if it is having a premium abilities in terms of getting the good search and rank, so that is getting exposed to the globe. So if you invest in a website, definitely your reach is going to the maximum level. You will be getting more and more people who will come to your. So it has to be used wisely as a business tool. You have to apply your business acumen while, as I told you, creating a website. You need to understand the complete. If someone is coming to a website, it has to be as clear, as easy, as accessible as you are planning a store. If you cannot create hurdles. If you just see the physical store and you just don't make the entry good, or the passing through the website, if you don't make the proper positioning, or if you keep the hurdles in between, so definitely a person will have a smooth walk in for any kind of window shopping, even if he's trying to do, or any kind of shopping. So same applies with the website. Though WordPress, as I told you, that it gives you a freedom, and simplifies your website creation. It is really a very helpful tool for the people who cannot afford. I would definitely tell, cannot afford to go for a hiring expert people in creating website, optimizing websites, and keep regularly monitoring and maintaining the website. For those people, I feel WordPress has really come out with a very good solution, and you can also utilize and exploit and use the WordPress as the tool, which can be really helpful to make a website. Definitely, when you make a website, that is not sufficient. I am again telling you, you have to keep on updating, you have to keep on changing the pages, you have to sometimes changes the themes, you have to keep on updating the images, to keep on updating the website content. So it is a continuous process. It is not a one time that you have brought something and you are done with. No, it is a continuous process. So WordPress gives you that freedom, that flexibility, that ease of use. Your content management system is so swift that that will help you. If you keep on updating the content, you will keep on making the website updated, then definitely it is going to help you in for your optimization. So you can utilize this WordPress tool as a tool which can be very helpful, which will keep you away from the very tough programming. You don't need to know HTML, no need to know PHP or Apache Tomcat or any other tools is required. You can simply go create a WordPress. You can download it, create on your desktop, make on online. Need to buy a hosting space, need to buy a domain if you want to go online. simply just go and edit at the help, as simple as the text is edited in the MS Word, as simple as you put a picture in the PPT. That is very easily done in the WordPress. Use Elementor. I think I've tried to cover these right from digital marketing to market research, website, and definitely about WordPress. So I hope you guys would be able to understand and make some utilization, and when you move forward in some practical application of digital marketing. Now I thank you all for listening. Thank you very much.